the beat up!
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NXT. You're watching episode 22, and our opener for today is going to be Evan Bourne taking on Steve Blackman. As you can see, Steve Blackman heading towards the ring, and Evan Bourne on the defense in the ring. But Steve Blackman armed and dangerous with a kendo stick, but it didn't do him much good because Evan Bourne over the top rope. Steve Blackman should have taken in the idea, at least, of Evan Bourne and his high-flying ability, as Evan Bourne went over the top rope, knees to the face. Now Evan Bourne sending Steve Blackman over the stairs there. Unbelievable. Steve Blackman just getting destroyed and dismantled so far. Last week, Matt Hardy took on Evan Bourne in the main event. Unfortunately, Evan Bourne didn't make it through. Came out losing, but here he is today. And he was giving it to Steve Blackman, but Blackman gets a hold of that kendo stick, the most dangerous man in the world. Just happened to make it so. There's Steve Blackman back in the ring now with that kendo stick, ready for the match to start perhaps, but no, Steve Blackman headed to the top rope, but Evan Bourne was quick enough and stops Blackman. Blackman hits a low blow there on the ring post. Bourne's got Blackman now, taking Blackman, throwing over the ropes. Off the ropes goes Steve Blackman. And a scoop and a slam by Steve Blackman. What a reversal. You're expecting Evan Bourne to hit him with a high-flying maneuver. But Steve Blackman with that quick scoop and a slam. And there's, cracking the skull of Evan Bourne with that kendo stick. As you can see, Steve Blackman not letting up with those shots here. And Steve Blackman with a nice fisherman suplex. And as you can see, Evan Bourne has been busted wide open. He's bleeding from the top of his head. And a 3 count. Steve Blackman comes out on top here today. Let's take a nice replay of the matchup. That's where the turning point, where Steve Blackman hit that scoop and a slam. And got that kendo stick and just absolutely crushed the face of Evan Bourne. Steve Blackman, he's been coming out for multiple weeks, just armed and dangerous, taking on his opponents, sometimes victorious, sometimes not. But I'd say tonight, it definitely made all the difference as he's leaving Evan Bourne bloodied and broken after a nice fisherman suplex. Evan Bourne bleeding in the middle of the ring now. But ladies and gentlemen, we still have a couple more matches. We're going to see CM Punk in action and Christian York later tonight. So make sure don't go anywhere. And also, thank you so much for coming down to episode 22. I really appreciate it. Hardcore TV, trying to get it back on track for everyone. But Steve Blackman victorious here, gaining some more momentum. Last match, Steve Blackman was earning a shot into a #1 contenders match for the NXT Championship. And there's Bobby Lashley coming down to the ring now, looking to face CM Punk. Bobby Lashley, former NXT champion, taking on another former NXT champion, CM Punk, here tonight. Next week, the main event's going to be a #1 contendership for the NXT Championship. Steve Blackman is confirmed to be in the matchup along with Charlie Haas. Charlie Haas earned his spot last week on the last episode of NXT for that four-way dance. And now Steve Blackman, 2 more spots are open. Could it be CM Punk or Bobby Lashley here tonight? Excuse me. There's the former NXT champion coming out of the ring. He's had great success here in NXT. He's looking to become a 2-time NXT champion. But it's going to be Bobby Lashley taking on CM Punk here today. And it's a spot for a #1 contendership NXT championship match. A spot and a 4-way dance. And I'd say the odds are stacked up against everyone who could be perhaps included in this matchup potentially. CM Punk definitely a crowd favorite here in NXT, but let's hit it. The bell has rung. It's Bobby Lashley, the Destroyer. Bobby Lashley taking on CM Punk. And got an arm ringer now. Bobby Lashley taking just a big right hand over that arm. Taking CM Punk, throwing him to the ropes. Punk. Oh, now what a spine buster! Right away, a spine buster. Big move by Bobby Lashley. Already giving a taunt to CM Punk. CM Punk slowly gets back up and blocks a nice punch. A big right hand by CM Punk to Bobby Lashley. Taking Lashley, throwing him towards the ropes. Here we go. Turned into a float over neck breaker by CM Punk. Off the ropes goes by Punk and goes for a float over DDT. CM Punk has definitely got to use his speed and agility against the Destroyer known as Bobby Lashley. Oh, goes for a right hand. Bobby Lashley just throws him back. Picks him, grabbing the arm. Definitely trying to work on that arm. Turn it into a nice big neck breaker. Bobby Lashley also fought in Pride here. Part of the Hardcore TV, which that season has concluded. Oh, look at those just brutal right hands. Here we go. Bobby Lashley taking Punk, throwing him. And another spine buster. Bobby Lashley hits another brutal spine buster on CM Punk. Here we go. We got a pinfall. Could Bobby Lashley be placed in that #1 contendership match? No. CM Punk kicks out at 2. Goes for a right hand. Bobby Lashley stops him. Oh, what a nice big right hand with that clothesline. Lashley taking it to Punk. Throwing Punk towards the ropes. Here we go. Oh, went for another spine buster. And CM Punk just turned it around. Flipped over. Hits a moonsault from the top rope. CM Punk with that quick reversal. And goes for a second moonsault. 2 moonsaults in a row. Picking Lashley up. What's he going for here? Taking him to the ropes. No, take him over to the corner. CM Punk follows with that one knee. And falls with the Bulldog. You know what he's looking to do next, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to try to hit that go to sleep on Bobby Lashley here today. He's got him up on the shoulders. Fireman carry. No, Lashley reversed it into a nice DDT. Lashley reversed that go to sleep. And now he's waiting for Punk to get back up. He's in that corner. Here it comes. Shakes him down with a neck breaker. CM Punk, when he got back up, he was moving a little too close. Didn't give Lashley enough room to get a head start, a running start, excuse me. But Lashley picking CM Punk back up. This is not good. He's got him up in a vertical suplex position. A nice big vertical suplex, just letting Punk crash all the way down to the mat, letting gravity finish the job. Oh, what a right hand. CM Punk's back up to his feet. Both at a vertical standpoint. Taking Lashley, throwing him to the outside. And a kick throwing Lashley down. What's Punk going for here? As the ref starts the count. CM Punk goes to the top rope. And here we go. A floater over the castle by CM Punk as he starts to cater to some of the fans out there. CM Punk extremely excited here that he might be victorious against Bobby Lashley, but I would not get too excited. Look at the man you're facing in the ring. He's got him over there in the corner. Going for a Lucha DDT. A nice DDT there in the corner. CM Punk on the top rope. Goes for the Macho Man elbow. Hits that trademark elbow. Gets Lashley up to his feet. He's going to go for the go to sleep. Here we go. CM Punk looking to hit the go to sleep here today. And connects the knee to the face of Bobby Lashley. And look at that. Lashley goes just down on his back. And Lashley is out. CM Punk has to get that pin right now. Has to go for that pin count. What is CM Punk doing? CM Punk's just waiting there. What is he doing? Lashley is back up. And a big right hand. Why did CM Punk just allow Lashley to get back up? On another right hand, what is Bobby Lashley doing here? European uppercut by Lashley. And CM Punk, he's got him up again. Is he going to hit another GTS? Punk hits a second GTS here. Now he's going for the pin. Why was there a moment of hesitation after that first GTS? CM Punk is victorious here tonight. He will be placed and the #1 contendership for the NXT Championship next week on the main event. So far, it's CM Punk versus Steve Blackman versus Charlie Haas. And our main event tonight will dictate the last and final member of that matchup. Could it be Pac Man Jones or Christian York? That's our main event for tonight. It's Christian York versus Pac Man Jones. But Punk is victorious here tonight, but at really what cost here? But let's get to the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now main event time, and coming down to the ring is Pac Man Jones, former star in the NFL. He's going to be facing Christian York tonight. This is the main event of episode 22 on NXT on Hardcore TV. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be for the final spot in a #1 contendership match for the NXT Championship. There's Pac Man Jones coming out here. He hasn't had much success here in NXT, but Christian York, I can almost say the exact same for him, but Christian York actually has a couple victories. This is to earn a shot for the #1 contendership. A 4-way dance next week. It's going to be the main event. 4-way dance so far in that matchup. It is CM Punk, Steve Blackman, Charlie Haas, and it could potentially be Christian York right here or Adam Pac-Man Jones. But this is what this match is all about here, to decide who's going to be in that match. Who will be the fourth? But there's Christian York coming out to the ring now, ready as he ever could be taking on Pac-Man Jones. And here we go. Pac-Man Jones in the corner, Christian York on the other side, and here we go. Do square up, collar and elbow tie up. Christian York, Pac-Man Jones. York's got the headlock, throws him over, rakes the eye a bit, goes for a couple of punches and then a drop kick, taking Pac-Man Jones back up to his feet. York off the ropes, running start, kick right to the face of Pac-Man Jones, but Jones already back up on his feet. And York, what is he going for here? A nice vertical suplex. As you can see, the technique just spilling out into the ring right now. Being displayed here by Christian York, going by the books here, taking on Pac-Man Jones. And here we go, he's going for another suplex. York hits the suplex right away. Pac-Man Jones down in the middle of the ring. Christian York taking the leg, working on that knee. Pac-Man Jones down still. York going for the knee once again. Pac-Man Jones fights him off. Goes for a running head start, gets a shoulder block on Christian York. York back up to his feet. Pac-Man Jones goes for a nice European uppercut to the face of York, and then jumps up in the air, hits a nice elbow right to the chest, hits another elbow to the chest. There you go. This is the main event here, ladies and gentlemen. And what a nice bulldog by Pac-Man Jones here. This is to win an opportunity to fight at a #1 contendership match, to fight Matt Hardy for the NXT Championship. And what a drop kick in that corner. Pac-Man Jones is absolutely taking it to Christian York here. As you can see, Pac-Man Jones has an ankle lock on him now. Pac-Man Jones heading up to the top rope. What's he looking for here? Off the top rope. Misses. Just overshot himself a little bit. As you can tell, Pac-Man Jones, the amateur in the ring here. Between the two of them, that's for sure. Both up at the same time. Vertical standpoint. Pac-Man Jones just unloads with a fury of punches on Christian York here. Throws him over to the corner. Oh, look at that. And just multiple kicks there by by Pac-Man Jones in the corner, then choking him with his foot. Pac-Man Jones, he's got York back up. What's he going for? Oh, look at that pile driver type of move. And here he goes, going for the pin right here. Pac-Man Jones will be victorious against, no, and a 2 count only. 2 count only. Pac-Man Jones firing back with more punches. Christian York on the defense here. What's he looking for? York's hits the finishing maneuver right on him. Takes him down. The neck just breaking, not breaking, but just slamming right in the corner. Look at that. They're on the outside of that mat as well. And Christian York's going to be placed in that 4-way dance now. We now know what next week's main event is going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, next week's main event is going to be an absolute fantastic show as a whole. I've just got word that Matt Hardy's going to be in action. Shelton Benjamin, Jeff Hardy, they're all going to be in action next week, along with these 4 men. CM Punk, Steve Blackman, Charlie Haas, and Christian York in the ring right now. Those 4 men are going to be facing off against each other for the right to face Matt Hardy in an NXT Championship matchup. But Christian York has won tonight. He has earned that spot. And next week, he's got to be ready for those 3 other men. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the show. But before we go, let's take a look at next week's main event. Next week, it's going to be a number 1 contendership match for the NXT Championship. Steve Blackman versus CM Punk versus Christian York versus Charlie Haas. A 4-way dance to see who will face Matt Hardy for the NXT Championship. But I would like to say thank you so much again for watching the video, and make sure to tune in to episode 23 of NXT and Hardcore TV. Thanks again, guys.